Today we are taking a look at the Jedi Temple Guard Lightsaber from Artsabers. Let's do it! When you open up your box, you are going to have both of your Jedi Temple Guard lightsabers in there, a couple of adapters which we'll talk about, and of course your Neopixel lightsaber blades, your Allen wrench and screws, blade plugs, and a really neat stand with a Jedi Temple Guard plaque that goes on it. But let's take a look at these hilts because these things are absolutely gorgeous, you guys. So as I mentioned, you're going to get two in here, and what's really cool is you can wield them separately if you want, and then we'll have a couple options with how to connect these. But look how beautiful these are. You have a very clean look on these with the gold and brushed silver on here. I love how these come to a point on here. The Jedi Temple Guard sabers really are absolutely beautiful. They're a shorter hilt, which is really nice too, and they're actually very lightweight. Coming down here to our ignition button, you're gonna have this really beautiful red on here, white here in the hand grip area. We have those gold and brushed silver accents down here at the bottom. You will have your cover set clips here if you want to put them on your belt. And on the back side, you have the two silver stripes here. And on the sides here, you'll see a couple of emitter windows, and you do see some light shine through there, which is really beautiful once you ignite these. Now off to the side here, we have a couple of adapters. So we have a traditional adapter that will link both of these sabers together, or the other one on the side, and you can feel like you're just out of Star Wars Rebels, will be the one with an actual hinge on it so you can collapse them and open them back up. We're gonna go ahead and start with the traditional adapter, and I'll show you guys how to get these on. So at the bottom of each saber, you're going to be able to unscrew your pommel down here. And this will be how you access that new SNV4 Pro chassis we talked about. These things are a beauty, guys, and everything can be app controlled. We have a full vlog out showing you guys how to use the app on there, and we'll do a little bit of that today as well. So once you get that off, you can go ahead and screw this onto one side, and you'll just replicate that same exact thing on the other pommel. You'll just unscrew that pommel cap and get it onto the other side. So as we're getting the second one on here, I want to show you guys how to align these. So it's actually really cool. You don't need timing shims or anything like that. So if you want to get both of these lined up, I already have mine on here, but right here on the side, you'll see this a little lever on here, and it actually screws and unscrews a little bit. So I don't know if you guys can see this, but this will loosen and tighten. So you want to leave this a little bit loose, get your emitter switches lined up, and then once you do, you can go ahead and tighten it from that ring, and that will go ahead and make sure everything is aligned for you. That way you have everything just straight in a row, and it looks really nice. How beautiful is this thing, guys? So once we have both of them linked up here, what is really neat is in this area, it's actually not plastic. So this is kind of a faux leather wrap on here. And one thing I really like is you always grip from the middle here when you're holding both, but you can see all these different vents. So when you have it turned on, the sound is still really loud. So we'll take a look at this all put together with the blades in, but I want to show you how to use our hinge adapter next. Now that we have the adapter off, we'll go ahead and grab the one with the hinge. And these are going to just screw right on like the other ones. There is no alignment on here like there was on the traditional adapter. So you'll just kind of get them on there and they're good to go. I suppose if you really did want to line them up, you could use some timing shims if you have any from any other sabers. But let's take a look and see how close these are when they're on, because maybe they'll just be lined up as is. I'm honestly not too sure. All right, we've got that on, and actually that is a perfect, near perfect alignment on there, so that is awesome. So if you guys saw Star Wars Rebels, this is the version that we see in there when Kanan sees that flashback and he's fighting the Inquisitor in there. And we have the hinge adapter on here, so you can go ahead and just fold and collapse your lightsaber up, and how cool is that? So you can attach this to your belt if you want, or just carry it around, and when you're ready to open it back up, You just do that and boom, and now you are ready to fight with your dual wield saber. I absolutely love that included in this set you get so many different options to customize. You can have each pommel if you want to single wield each saber. You can have this if you want to be able to collapse it, or a beautiful leather-like wrap if you want to just have it on display and dual wield it. Or if you're doing some lightsaber spinning and just want something a little more sturdy that's not going to have a hinge on it. Let's go ahead and get our blades in. We're going to switch back to the traditional adapter and go ahead and take a look at some of the features on here and a little bit of the Force Park app that you can use with the new SNV4 Pro sound cards. And here it is, everybody, all put together. I love this thing so much. The traditional adapter looks amazing on here, and this is definitely how I'm going to choose to display it. We have both our blades in, so let's go ahead and get it turned on. One thing I really love with these newer dual blade sabers is when you turn it, both hilts come on simultaneously, so you don't have to worry about turning one or the other on at the same time. And listen to that smooth swing on here. I love it. It sounds great. We have our blaster effect, flash on flash, and so many other things. We can change colors here right on the hilt itself by turning down and twisting. And as I mentioned, a lot of these features are able to be app controlled now. So I figured let's take a look at everything we can do with the app as we explore more features of our Neopixel lightsaber. To ignite it, you will have your twist to ignite and gesture controls, which are all really awesome. But we did talk about a new app that just came out for the SNV4 Pro, and that is the Force Park V2 app. Once you have that installed, you will be able to access all the features on your lightsaber, from powering it on to your blaster effects, lockups, flash. You'll even be able to turn on your background music on here. All really awesome features, and that background music will change depending on the character profile or font that you have active at the time. So let's go ahead and get it back on and take a look at some features we'll have on here, from color changing of our blade. So we can go through all the different colors. And a cool little feature on here too is you can go into, I believe it's the data modify area over here, and go to color palette. And you can actually access all the colors in between of this lightsaber. So if you want pink, you can have pink. And that's something you couldn't access on Neopixels before. It was just on Profi. So that is really, really awesome. All right, let's go ahead and go back into here, and we're gonna check out some of our character fonts. So you can do all these on the hilt or in the app. So for our character fonts, we will cycle through some of these. We have Starkiller, Ventress, Leia. Let's go ahead and check this one out. And what's really nice is all your effects, from your blaster to your flash on flash, and even your swing sounds will change depending on that character font that you have on there. You'll also be able to control your volume.
Volume high, volume low.
I like volume low, it's really nice. And then you can go into, again, that data modify section and access the volume for the whole hilt, your swing, or just your hum as well. Some other features you'll have on your Neopixel lightsaber are going to be your different blade effects. So in the app, you will see them all on here. You have your gradient, static gradient. Audio flicker is one of my favorites. Let's check this one out. So cool. And you can change the color on here so you can see what that flicker is going to look like on each one. So you'll be able to see all of your blade effects that you have installed on here, and you can also swap those out for ones that aren't currently on the hilt. So if they have this star next to them, that means they're accessible. If it's not on there, you have to deselect and select your new one. And again, if you guys want to see how to use every feature on this app, I will link that video above so you guys can check out all the features on that Force Park V2 app. But that is all the features on your beautiful Jedi Temple Guard lightsaber, guys. I am in love with this saber. It has so much customization options, from the single wielding to dual wielding it with the traditional or the hinge adapter in there. I cannot wait to take this to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge and show it off to Rey and all the other characters. And it's gonna make a beautiful display piece for our home. I hope you all thoroughly enjoyed this review. And again, if you wanna get your hands on this lightsaber, make sure to use code FALCON at checkout for 5% off at artsabers.com. And we'll catch you in the next review. Bye, Falcon Squadron.